Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. On the next CBS soap opera, Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan has a plan to restore Ridge Forrester to the leadership of Forrester Creations, even though she betrayed her daughter to do it. He discovers Brooke's loyalty too late, though, as evidenced by the fact that he has already branded his comeback with Taylor Hayes. This means that next week, Ridge will probably be humiliated by a woman who enjoys the power of her CEO role. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan has a cunning scheme. Brooke Logan opened up to Zen Forrester on Bold and the Beautiful. The family is outside their business, watching in, while this man is playing 007 for the Forresters. However, she probably forces Zen to keep her scheme a secret. This might be a bad choice if that is the case. The Forrester family places Zen inside the firm while he is on a spy assignment. It is his responsibility to update the Forresters on the events at FC throughout this takeover. Steffi Forrester, Eric Forrester, and Ridge Forrester anticipate turmoil. The one unexpected development, though, was that Brooke Logan joined Hope Logan in this coup. Brooke isn't joining Hope and Carter in their takeover, though, based on what she informed Zen during Thursday's Bold and Beautiful episode. Instead, as part of her strategy to get Ridge back behind his desk, she consented to fill the CEO job. Ridge Forrester leaps too soon in B&B spoilers? Because Brooke Logan is going to betray Hope Logan, her scheme smells terrible to B&B fans. Ridge's infatuation with Taylor Hayes this week on Bold and the Beautiful, however, appears to be much worse for her future. Hope Logan probably views her mother's plot as a betrayal when she learns what Brooke is up to. Instead, Brooke Logan probably thinks about her strategy, which benefits everyone, including her kid. Brooke may therefore hold the idea of assisting Ridge in regaining control of his business near and dear to her heart. However, as spoilers for Bold and Beautiful suggest, he swiftly replaces her with Taylor Hayes, indicating that he is probably going to shatter her heart. Therefore, Brooke might reveal her treachery scheme to Hope and Carter if she learns that her fate is now floating over to Taylor on Bold and Beautiful. Then, with no ulterior motives, she might actually join them this time. She can now take Forrester Creations to new heights thanks to this. Ridge's claim that FC would be worthless without the Forrester family running it would likewise be retracted. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, is Brooke devastated and Ridge mortified? Brooke Logan's announcement was seen by Ridge Forrester on Thursday's Bold and the Beautiful. He then turns to face Taylor and informs her that she was correct about Brooke all along. Therefore, it will probably be too late by next week when Brooke betrays her daughter to repair things for her dressmaker. According to spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester is smitten with Taylor Hayes. Usually, his rebound motion fools her. Perhaps, though, she might use his own words to retaliate against him after suffering from broken heart syndrome. Taylor continually making the mistake of returning to Brooke, Ridge Forrester informed him. She should now tell him the same thing about herself as she is a clever head shrinker. Taylor makes the same error as him by plunging for another rebound. But she might give in if Steffi, the cheerleader, is around. Therefore, retaliation is probably what Brooke Logan will do if she discovers that Ridge is already swimming in Taylor's pond. If Brooke could manage Forrester Creations better than Ridge or his daughter, that would be the sweetest kind of retaliation. The man on the CBS soap who believed the business would fail without him would be embarrassed by this. With her return to Forrester Creations and the reinstatement of her brand, Hope Logan is finally getting what she wants, according to spoilers for the Bold and the Beautiful. Let's discuss what lies ahead as Hope for the future is ready to triumphantly return. Hope has been assured by Carter Walton that she will have all the money required to make her line a success this time. Hope was previously struggling to make ends meet, but now she has all the tools she needs to bring Hope for the future back to life and give it a genuine chance to achieve significant success. It doesn't guarantee that it will succeed, but at least Hope will know that she gave it her all. Hope will have more time to create and execute ambitious plans since she won't have to cope with the stress of always being on the losing end of the line. Forrester Creations is making a big push after Brooke Logan just announced on social media that Hope and her line would be reinstated. Hope still has her lead designer and can begin organizing the resuscitation of her line since Forrester Dominguez is staying on as the inside man for the Forresters. Later on, Hope will undoubtedly want to make a big impression with a fashion presentation. An intriguing HFTF preview that acts as the moment of truth could be the conclusion of this plot. Hope won't have any more justifications if she fails. All Hope needs to do is release the new designs and hope they sell enough to make what Carter started for her worthwhile. A fashion show, of course, also carries the risk of some mayhem. It might take some interesting turns, particularly if Steffi Forrester decides to attend her rival's event. Until this takeover drama is done, Steffi, Ridge, and Eric Forrester have no plans to enter the Forrester building, but if Hope's fashion show starts there, that could change. As the new designs are unveiled, Steffi can choose to make an announcement to overshadow Hope, or she might choose to waltz in just to play with Hope's mind. Whatever the situation, it is logical that Hope will eventually have a fashion show, thus it might easily go awry. There may be stunning news because our B&B predictions indicate that Steffi will continue to be a pain in Hope's side. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope and Steffi's rivalry will provide more challenges, so tune in for updates on all the drama. One daytime show that never fails to please is The Bold and the Beautiful, particularly when it comes to our favorite members of the Logan, Spencer, and Forrester legacy families. Review of the week, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Since life in this made-up town of Los Angeles is never dull, that's the one thing we've learned about it. And this past week was definitely one of those times. This is because Remy's plan to harm Will and Elektra took a very sinister turn. Additionally, as Eric, Ridge, Steffi, and Zend come together like never before, Carter and Hope are relying on their good fortune. As if that weren't enough, Ridge and Steffi have become more concerned about the way things have been happening behind the scenes with Eric, while Katie and Brooke announced a significant change at Forrester Creations. Will confronted Remy about his mistrust of him in the Wednesday show. But Elektra didn't know what was happening. However, the truth will eventually surface, as it usually does. When Steffi, Ridge, Eric, and Taylor watch a live media broadcast on Thursday, they are taken aback. That's because Carter is going to reveal something absolutely shocking. That's because he made an announcement that nobody anticipated. Stated differently, everyone will experience a change in Forrester Creations as it currently exists. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter gives everyone a huge surprise. Here's what's going on for those who haven't seen Friday's show yet. Ridge shares a candid moment about his life and how it has been going thus far. It seems to us that a significant drama is about to unfold. Don't miss a moment of this. Just a friendly reminder that the CBS network broadcasts The Bold and the Beautiful during the week. Look up the timings in your local listings. Updates and spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful hint that Thomas Forrester's absence from the most recent Forrester-Logan plotline appears like a lost chance. It would be amazing to see his triumphant return to the canvas, as his presence is crucial to the drama that is developing. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Thomas Forrester may make a comeback. The possibility of Thomas's reappearance exists regardless of whether Matthew Atkinson reprises the role or the program chooses to cast a different actor. It would be fascinating to watch him play a key part in a new plan to regain control of the business. This might be a game changer because the Forresters think Hope Logan has a lot of power over Carter Walton. Hope has been repeatedly accused by Steffi and Ridge Forrester of orchestrating Carter's decision to pursue this LLC takeover. If such is the case, it is reasonable to assume that Hope could persuade Carter to give up control as well. B&B spoilers, is Thomas coming back with a cunning scheme? What if Thomas comes back with a secret agenda, seducing Hope and playing with her emotions? He may pretend that his engagement to Paris Buckingham has ended and say that he has never really moved on from Hope. Thomas might entice Hope by persuading her that they could co-parent Douglas Forrester in Los Angeles and that their love has a bright future. Thomas could take advantage of Hope's feelings because of how much she yearns for Douglas. Additionally, he could convince her that marriage is not necessary and that he only wants her in his life and is no longer interested in conventional obligations. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, a false seduction scheme? Although Hope has feelings for Carter, their relationship is shallow and hasn't persuaded people that they are a couple, which raises the possibility that Hope still harbors feelings for Thomas. Thomas might think that by getting Hope back, he might convince her to assist him in taking back control of the Forrester. He could then finalize everything and end his relationship with Hope. But if Thomas's previous feelings for Hope return, this may get out of control. He could try to woo her once more, which would make things more difficult. Thomas might be involved in the Forresters' attempt to reverse this, according to predictions. Would you support Thomas returning to his family in Los Angeles and taking serious action against Hope? According to spoilers and updates for The Bold and the Beautiful, Scott Clifton provides hints about the whereabouts of his alter ego Liam Spencer. Continue reading to discover his amusing allusions and when he returns to the drama involving Forrester, Spencer, and others. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, where is Waldo, Liam Spencer? Many fans consider Liam to be the ideal leading man, and he has long been a pivotal character on The Bold and the Beautiful. In recent years, rising stars like Tanner Novlan's John Finn Finnegan and Lawrence St. Victor's Carter Walton have supplanted his persona. Fans have received updates from actor Scott Clifton regarding Liam's present condition, along with hints about when they may expect to see him return to the big screen. This is the most important question on everyone's mind. B&B fans are curious to know what happened to Liam, and it seems that Bold has changed its list of top males. Clifton shared some news on Instagram and said he was happy to be back at the office. B&B spoilers, returning to In the Saddle. Clifton shared a selfie of himself outside the B&B studios, sporting a classic bomber jacket over a plaid shirt and grinning mischievously at the camera. Obviously, Liam's been off at a pricey tree-hugging, vegan granola yoga retreat, he said in reference to Liam's absence from the show. I can't wait to see how you'll react to your ex, one fan wrote in the comments section, expressing how happy fans are to see Liam again. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, does Bill Spencer need to be saved? Another fan suggested that Bill might require rescuing. The user remarked, perhaps he'll need to be rescued by Luna Nozawa or experience a panic attack upon discovering that Bill and Luna are now dating. Luna has already captured Bill once. What this means for Liam is that, with Ivy Forrester back in town, he may finally get the chance to resume their romance. He could also attempt to convince Hope that they are meant to be together. If he finds out about Cope, he can come up with a scheme to break up their relationship. Recently, Liam has been away at an expensive vegan granola yoga resort that hugs trees. Fans are overjoyed to see Liam again and hurried to the comments section to welcome the actor. One fan wrote, I'm excited to see how you'll respond to your ex. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, does Bill Spencer need to be saved? Another fan suggested that Bill might require rescuing. The user remarked, perhaps he'll need to be rescued by Luna Nozawa or experience a panic attack upon discovering that Bill and Luna are now dating. Luna has already captured Bill once. What this means for Liam is that, with Ivy Forrester back in town, he may finally get the chance to resume their romance. He could also attempt to convince Hope that they are meant to be together. If he finds out about Cope, he can come up with a scheme to break up their relationship. The beautiful and brave, Brooke bombs the Forresters. As Brooke Logan entered the boardroom with a composed yet authoritative manner, the corridors of Forrester Creations reverberated with tension. Her presence weighed heavily on everyone present, from Steffi and Eric to Ridge Forrester. Brooke was there to make a permanent change to the company, not just to talk about its future. Within the Forrester empire, the bomb she was about to drop would splinter allegiances, spark rivalries, and reshape alliances. The Forrester family was assembled for what they thought would be a routine executive meeting at the start of the play. Ridge sat authoritatively at the head of the table, still stinging from Brooke's recent actions. Steffi, who has always stood up for Forrester's legacy, looked at her father tensely. Thomas hovered close to the rear, his typical cunning look giving way to cautious interest. There was a noticeable uneasiness in the room, even among the patriarch, Eric. Then, like a queen examining her court, Brooke entered the room with her head held high and her gaze sweeping the space. With each cautious stride, the room seemed to become quieter as she carried a slick leather portfolio in one hand. She said, "Thank you for waiting," in a measured tone. "I have something important to share." Without wasting any time, Brooke got right to the point. Setting the portfolio on the table, she passed a number of documents across to Ridge after opening it. "These," she said, "are proposals and contracts that I've been working on for months. They outline my vision for Forrester Creations, a vision that prioritizes innovation, collaboration, and financial stability." Ridge's confusion turned to incredulity as he perused the materials and scowled. But he insisted, "What is this? You've gone behind our backs?" Without flinching, Brooke looked him in the eye. "I haven't gone behind anyone's back," she answered. "I've been working in the company's best interest, something you seem to have forgotten amidst your loyalty plans and personal vendettas." Steffi cut in, her voice piercing. "This isn't your company, Brooke. You have no right to make decisions without consulting us." Brooke's frown hardly softened as she turned to see Steffi. "I'm not making decisions without consultation," she stated. "I'm presenting a roadmap for how we can move forward, together. But if you want to stick with the status quo, that's on you. Just know that stagnation isn't an option." As the tension mounted, Brooke disclosed the real reason behind her bombshell. She provided another batch of documents, this time detailing Ridge's alleged loyalty plan. These records described Ridge's covert attempts to bolster his authority by excluding some important individuals, including Brooke. Brooke responded, "I know what you've been doing, Ridge," in a tone that was both hurt and defiant. "You've been manipulating the board, whispering in Eric's ear, and trying to push me out. You talk about loyalty, but it's clear your loyalty only extends to those who agree with you." "That's not true. I've been working to protect this company from people who don't have its best interests at heart," Ridge muttered, his face flushed. Brooke retorted, "People like me? Say it, Ridge. Say what you really mean." Chaos broke out in the room. Immediately defending her father, Steffi accused Brooke of sabotaging the family. As the scenario played out, Thomas, ever the opportunist, grinned. Eric made an effort to moderate the situation by telling everyone to calm down and stand back. Brooke wasn't done, though. She spoke louder to break through the noise, saying, "This isn't about me versus Ridge. This is about the future of Forrester Creations. We can't afford to let personal grievances dictate our decisions. If we do, this company will crumble." The weight of her comments caused the room to fall silent. For a time, even Ridge didn't know how to react. However, the harm had already been done. Now that Brooke and Ridge were at the center of the conflict, the family was split into factions. Following the meeting, Brooke withdrew to her office, where she was met by Donna and Katie. They were excited to hear Brooke's opinions after watching the live-streamed section of the conference. Katie remarked, "You were amazing in there, but what happens next?" For the first time that day, Brooke's shoulders slumped as she let out a sigh. "Now we wait," she expressed. "I've laid my cards on the table. It's up to them to decide whether they want to fight me or join me." Brooke's eyes regained their steely resolve. "Then I'll be ready. I didn't come this far to back down now." Meanwhile, Ridge was furious. He barged into Eric's office and demanded to know how his father could allow Brooke to act so defiantly in public. But Eric was less willing to choose a side. He acknowledged, "Brooke made some good points, and frankly, Ridge, your loyalty plan wasn't exactly transparent." Ridge's rage gave way to incredulity. "You're siding with her?" Eric stated unequivocally, "I'm not siding with anyone. I'm siding with Forrester Creations." As news of the meeting spread, the family's division only grew further. Workers speculated about the showdown and its implications for the company's future in whispers. Media sources seized on the situation and depicted Forrester Creations as a divided house as investors started to voice their concerns. Brooke stayed hopeful despite the chaos. She was aware that her actions had changed the direction of Forrester Creations, putting creativity and cooperation ahead of small-time arguments. It was unclear if the family would be able to handle the situation, but Brooke was resolved to set an example. One thing became evident as the dust settled: the Forrester family would never be the same. In addition to revealing long-standing divisions, Brooke's bombshell made everyone face their decisions. Additionally, their decisions would have long-lasting effects in the high-stakes world of the bold and the beautiful. As Brooke Logan got ready to reveal her next move, a calculated plan that had been developing for months and was about to rock the foundations of Forrester Creations, the tension was evident. In the high-stakes drama surrounding the family business, where power swings were seismic, friendships were brittle, and rivalries were intense, December 19th represented a turning point. Although Brooke had always had big plans, her most recent move was nothing short of daring. It was a calculated move meant to increase her power while negotiating the perilous seas of both personal and professional strife. Brooke was shown in her office at the beginning of the program, carefully going over a portfolio of documents that detailed her CEO strategy. She had foreseen every possible criticism, every potential roadblock. Not only did she want to become CEO, but she also wanted to make Forrester Creations a force that embodied her vision, a vision that emphasized teamwork again and struck a balance between tradition and innovation. Brooke's determination solidified as she gazed out the window. This was not only a financial decision, it was a statement of independence and a rejection of the myths that had long portrayed her as less important than the Forrester family. The Forrester family assembled in the boardroom, each member bringing their own agenda, while Brooke prepared her case. With a mix of distrust and hatred, Ridge Forrester sat at the head of the table, still in shock by his recent confrontations with Brooke. Ever the defender of her family's heritage, Steffi Forrester exchanged acerbic glances with Thomas, who appeared uncharacteristically reserved but no less cunning. The patriarch, Eric Forrester, had a composed but cautious demeanor, his allegiance split between his family and his admiration for Brooke's perseverance. The atmosphere changed as Brooke walked in. Her self-assurance was captivating, and her resolve was evident. She said, "Thank you all for being here," in a firm voice. "I know there have been a lot of changes and challenges recently, but today I want to focus on the future, our future." Brooke clearly and precisely laid forth her idea. She outlined several important areas for innovation at Forrester Creations, such as growing their internet presence, broadening their product offerings, and developing fresh talent. However, the manner in which she presented her suggestion was more noteworthy than the content alone. Everyone was reminded by Brooke's passionate speech why she had been a key contributor to the company's success for so many years. She underlined, "This isn't just about profits or market share. It's about building a legacy that future generations can be proud of. For too long, we've been mired in internal conflicts that have distracted us from our true potential. It's time to move forward together." Ridge answered first, his voice piercing and inquisitive. "This all sounds impressive, Brooke, but why now? What's changed that makes you think you're the right person to lead this company?" Without hesitation, Brooke looked him in the eye. "What's changed, Ridge, is that I'm no longer willing to stand on the sidelines while others make decisions that affect all of us. I've earned my place at this table, and I'm not going to let anyone diminish my contributions." Their personal histories added layers of intricacy to the professional dispute, and the tension between them was explosive. Even though Ridge was clearly skeptical, he was unable to dispute the persuasiveness of Brooke's arguments. As the conversation went on, Brooke discovered an unanticipated ally in Eric. He said, "Brooke's right," in a voice that broke the tension. "We need a leader who's willing to think outside the box, someone who's not afraid to challenge the status quo. Brooke has proven time and again that she has the vision and the drive to take this company to new heights." The dynamics in the room changed when Eric gave his endorsement. With their united front displaying cracks, Steffi and Thomas exchanged cautious looks. Even Ridge appeared momentarily surprised, his customary self-assurance shattered by his father's backing of Brooke. Even while Eric supported it, not everyone agreed. Steffi expressed her worries, saying that although Brooke's idea was bold, it ran the risk of offending their loyal customers. She contended, "We've built this brand on tradition. If we stray too far from that, we risk losing what makes Forrester Creations unique." While acknowledging Steffi's worries, Brooke made a strong case in response. "Tradition is important," she stated, "but it's not a substitute for progress. If we cling too tightly to the past, we'll miss opportunities to grow and evolve." Voices were raised and emotions were running high throughout the heated conversation. But despite everything, Brooke maintained her composure and her resolve. Although she was aware that it would be difficult to win over the Forrester family, she also believed that her vision was worthwhile. The ramifications started to materialize as the meeting came to an end. Ridge was so frustrated that he went to Brooke in private to confront him. He replied, "You've really outdone yourself this time," in a tone that was a mix of resentment and reluctant appreciation. "But don't think for a second that I'm going to just roll over and let you take control." Brooke smiled defiantly in response to his challenge. "I don't expect you to roll over, Ridge. I expect you to recognize that this isn't about you or me, it's about what's best for Forrester Creations." Even when their conversation came to a standstill, Brooke felt like he had won. Although opposition was unavoidable, she understood that time was on her side because she had sown the seeds of her vision. Rapidly spreading news of Brooke's CEO aspirations sparked a flood of responses from both inside and beyond the organization. Industry insiders discussed the ramifications for Forrester Creations' market position, while employees conjectured about the impact her leadership might have on their positions. The tale was even taken up by the media, which increased public scrutiny of an already delicate situation. Brooke held his ground in the midst of the confusion. She met with important stakeholders and rallied support where she could as she proceeded to hone her strategy. She had a clear vision and an unwavering commitment. She was resolved to make the most of this moment. By the end of December 19, it was evident that Brooke's CEO plans had prepared Forrester Creations for a new era. The path ahead would be difficult, full with barriers and resistance. Brooke, however, was prepared. Because she had experienced hardship in the past, she understood that adaptability and creativity were just as important to success as tenacity. Brooke Logan had made her move in the high-stakes world of the bold and the beautiful, where power dynamics changed as fast as the tides. One thing was certain: as the dust settled, the Forrester family and the business they had founded would never be the same.